So perfect example. You got my resume. At the end of it, I've done a number of case presentations for the Washington Homicide Investigators Association. Basically, it's case study on cases I've done and worked up and got convictions on. And I've done like 4 with Wahia here, done one in Oregon, case presentation. And my most recent was at the beginning of June. I was, there was a gal from some national forensics conference. They were holding their conference in Montana. She had been to Wahia last year, and I presented a case there. It was a circumstantial case, a lot of forensics work and stuff. Reached out to me, hey, do you want to come and do this? And it's like, sure, last fling, right? And I told her, I think I'm gonna drive. So I told my girlfriend, hey, I'm gonna go do this conference in Missoula, Montana. You want to come with me? She goes, to the conference? Oh yeah. And like, see how the pudding's made. And she's like, I sure. That's when I made a plan because I know John lives in Idaho now and stuff. So it was going to be a road trip, fun road trip. And we hadn't done anything like that in a long time, but it took her to the conference and I spoke on the first day and I talked to people, hey, my girlfriend's with me. Do you guys have any problem with her sitting in watching the presentation? They go, no. So I approached her. I said, hey, you want to see how it's made, right? Are you interested? See how the sausage is put together and everything? She goes, which case is it? I said, the Alki Chop Chop case. So like you guys, I nickname all my cases as like the Alki case was Michael Dudley. He got into it with 2 roommates of his. He chopped them all up and Netflix came out and did a thing on it as like, the department was like, either do it or we're going to do it with someone. I'm like, talk to the family and like, we don't have a problem you doing it. Just make sure they do it right. And it just got released. I've had people hitting me up like, oh, you're famous. Like, no, I'm not famous. But
So no way to, for the audience. It's on Netflix somewhere?
yeah, worst roommate ever.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's my girlfriend watched it already and she says there's like 5 episodes. It's number 4.
Okay.
And it's about a guy named Mike Dudley and he gets into it with his 2 druggy roommates and he kills them, butchers them up, and drops, puts them in suitcases and drops some of them off in Alki,
Mm-hmm.
and then some in the Duwamish. And I catch this case, and so I work it up, and this was during 2020
Mm-hmm.
when all hell was breaking loose. We went from me and my partner, we'd catch like 4 or 5 homicides a year. We caught 11 that year together, and it was like, while we're working that case, in the middle of that case, I'm next up again, and we catch this case where this idiot burns down the Hillside Motel up on 99, kills multiple people and stuff like that. So we're working this bodies case, and my sergeant goes, "Hey, you're next up. You got to come out." And you're like, "The fuck?" He goes, "Yeah, got a bunch of people dead here too." I'm like, "Oh my god." So we put that one on hold, work that one up quick, catch that idiot, bag and tag him, go back to this case, work that one up. We find out Dudley lived in Burien. We believe murder happened there. Long story, wrote paper, set up to kick in his door. Well, I'm next up again. So we scheduled the kick in his door. Let's see, June, August, April, June, July, August. Yeah, August. So caught this murder, caught another one in between, and we're about to kick in this. Okay, this one's tagged and bagged, and this one's like, okay, wrote the paper and everything like that. And we're next up again, meaning we're ready. We're about to catch another murder, and we're going to do this guy on the 19th. So I've coordinated with WSP Crime Lab, our department Crime Lab, our CSI team, search and rescue, 2 SWAT teams. I have this whole song and dance going, and it has you've done major operations, and it's all based on timing, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, and I've been pretty good about getting these things to go right. So I came in the day before, met all the SWAT teams, briefed them all, met all the units, blah, blah, blah. And it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, Sarge, I'm smoked. I am out of here. So my partner and I, we go our separate ways. He goes home. He lives up north, and I go back to where I live. 7 o'clock, I get a call. My sergeant goes, "You got your next up." I'm like, what? And it's a drug shooting case down by Roosevelt High School, or not Roosevelt, but Franklin High School. Like, oh my God. And we worked out till 12, went home for to be in for a 7 o'clock brief, 8 o'clock on scene, lured this guy out of his apartment or his house, take him off with King County SWAT. SPD SWAT goes in there, bangs the place. Search and rescue goes in, but we were there for multiple days. But yeah, it's so I was like, "You want to see this, right?" She goes, so there's, I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Can I tell you tomorrow, the day of it?" I'm like, "Sure, I don't care." I said, "You don't have to." So because I've never told her,
Yeah.
she just knows when I'm hunting,
Mm-hmm.
I'm, it's like going 1,000 miles per hour, I'm down. 1,000 miles per hour, I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 miles until I get what I want. And
Yeah.
it's like, so, and I've been good with her as far as, she knows. I just have to tell her, "I'm hunting, honey,
Yeah.
I don't got time for anything else."
Yeah.
And she's really good about it. And I really love the fuck out of her. And it's like, so she knew what was going on during this time period in this case. But again, I am not giving her the R-rated stuff. I mean, people that work these crimes, this stuff stays with you forever. There's no reason why I should share that with really good people so that they have to carry it. This is my burden. I signed up for this. And I'm okay with it. Okay, it doesn't bother me. And I had to explain that to her before, and it was like, you don't need to see the ugly of law enforcement. I signed up for this. I accept it full-heartedly, and I'm good with it. And I loved everything I did. So that day came, and she's like, "Okay, I want to see the sausage." So we went in there, and I did it. It was an hour and a half long, or 2 hour long presentation, and people loved it. And afterwards, she goes, "You're that's a great case." I like, yeah. She goes, "But I didn't know you were under that much stress with the other cases at the time and stuff like that." She goes, "I could have never known where you carried it and the way you hold your water." She goes, "That's something." Like, it's something.
Yeah.
But then the victim's mom, Austin Warner's mom, contacted me yesterday that the show was released on Netflix, and she watched it. And I won't watch it. I mean, I've done other things. I have no desire to watch any of that stuff because I lived it.
Mm.
And I don't do this for stardom or anything like that. It's a job.
Yeah.
I loved it. And if things were different, I'd still be there doing it.